Alright, hello and welcome to my first half or two races of the season as dual main driver, racing for MC. I'll explain later. Some FPS issues. This lap will be trash, of course. What's going on? Ah, dang. Oh my days, that was a really good lap. That is absolutely PB. That's personal best. Oh my goodness. P8, I wasn't expecting this. Holy schmoly. That was pure luck. My PB was 42. Wow. Amazing. I was like here at the back with the 47 or so. Wow, that was lucky. That was extremely lucky. I'm afraid of the FPS. I'm not sure what's happening. But damn. But damn. Even in front of Bituko or Guzi, depends on where. But damn, that was good. That was hella good. Let's see if I can score some good points today. Damn, hopefully I can. Of course, I'm not searching for the win because this is UL. But yes, quick context. So I quitted CL because I couldn't handle it anymore, and yes, I signed for RMC uh, as main driver for these two rounds. I missed the previous one because I got banned for saying the N word on the F word several times. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again. No, it won. I promise. So yeah, let's see what can we expect about the race. Yes, sir. All right, we're back. We're back at Brazil Noble Planner. Let's go with soft, and then hearts and hearts and hearts. Let's go. We are out. Let's try to defend the position. So the goal is to maintain the place or be higher, not lower than where we started. Damn, there's a mosquito in my room. Fuck. That was fucking horrible. Thanks, Jerry. Okay, this is amazing. Yippee. Are you being for real? Oh my goodness, this can be happening. And an FPS issue right there. Brother, like, how is this even possible, brother? This is not even funny. Like, where's the point in all this? Shit! Like, I'm having FPS issues. Where's the point in all these? Where's the point? I've practiced hard. I made a really strong qualifying. And then, just because I think it was Jerry, my boss. Like, what the hell, brother? And in one lap, I dropped 10 places. Like, what the hell is even this? An FPS issue again. Why am I dropping FPS? Where's the point? Where's the point in all this? Why? Why? Why is this happening to me? Why? Amazing. Again, same corner. No, you weren't passing, I'm returning your way. Only an idiot would overtake that. Absolutely. This is incredible. Amazing, and the strategy didn't work at all. Okay, so this is the plan. Is if I'm gonna go like every corner and the FPS dropping badly. I mean, what's the point in racing? What's the point in all this? I don't really know. I don't really know. So so just let me know if I understood. Okay. So I quit CL because I can handle the dirtiness and the absolute jungle that is that league is. I decided to go to UL because it should be a bit more respectful and a bit more enjoyable. In fact, I do a good qualifying after a lot of practice. I managed to qualify what P8 I think it was. In what 5 corners, I get absolutely catapulted into the wall, and in less than 1 lap, I'm last. So that's it, isn't it? Okay, that is really interesting. That is indeed. Because if not, like, what's the whole point in practicing? What's the whole point in doing all that? What's the point in spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours training and training and training? Do you sacrifice doing all the things? I could be playing all the game. I could be starting now. I could be, I don't know, with my family. I could be with my friends. I could be doing whatever else. But no, in just 1 lap, after several hours of practice, it's all that it's all that it takes. Just 1 second, one or 2 corners, and it's over. It's over. You decide to respect the bit, being like a respectful driver, being aggressive but being respectful. That's the key. But no, of course not. There's this guy that puts the car, absolutely dive bomb you, decides that it's a good idea to go 3 wide, and the race is over. Your P8 turns a P15. Okay, if that's the plan, I don't want anything. I don't want to race CL. I don't want to race UL. I don't want to race shit. I don't want anything of this. If this is the plan, like, damn. Where's the point? Where's all the point of all these? Where's the fun part? I see no fun part in all this. This is what it takes. Why did I practice? Why did I practice? Because, then that way I can block the people. Like illegally, I can send the car, and then, oh yeah, okay, just a warning. Just a warning. No, that's not just a warning. That should be a race disqualified. At least. That's what it should be. There's Figo and someone else coming. Like there's a Shah GT or someone at the front. Well, it must be Shah GT and Figo, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know. Damn. What the hell happened with Figo? Did he pit? I think he did. Damn. Okay, bro. I'm done with the FPS for real. Okay.